Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. If you have been feeling a strange, heavy energy lingering in the background of your life recently, you are absolutely not alone. Today, we are diving straight into an incredibly powerful message. Somebody out there is absolutely losing their mind over you. They are genuinely disturbed by what they think they've discovered about your new life. The cards are already laid out on the table before us, so let's get right into it. Right off the bat, I see the first card is the Tower. Traditionally, the Tower represents sudden upheaval, unexpected changes, the tearing down of false foundations, and lightning striking to clear away the old illusions. Looking at the Tower card sitting here, I can see the lightning striking the crown of the building, and the figures falling from the heights. This imagery is so poignant and perfectly illustrates the sheer shock and devastation this specific person is experiencing regarding your recent transformation. They thought they had you completely figured out. They had placed you neatly into a tiny, manageable, predictable box in their mind. They labeled you, decided exactly what you were capable of, decided what you would always tolerate, and they fully expected you to stay exactly as you were for the rest of your natural life. But you didn't. You evolved. You experienced a spiritual awakening that brought down the entire toxic structure of the relationship dynamic you once shared with them. The Tower shows me that your evolution hit them like a violent lightning bolt out of a clear blue sky. They are now standing in the scattered rubble of their own ignorant assumptions, totally trapped in their own confusion and disbelief. They literally cannot wrap their head around how you escaped their influence and outgrew the cage they built for you. They genuinely thought you were going to stay in that same low vibrational energy forever, stuck in the familiar, repetitive patterns they knew exactly how to navigate and manipulate. But you completely broke free, and now they are the ones who cannot see clearly. They are stuck in a mental prison of their own making, desperately trying to understand what on earth happened to the person they thought they knew inside and out. I am hearing your spirit guides say that you genuinely took them by surprise. They are sitting there day and night, tossing and turning, thinking, who are you? What happened to the person I used to control? And the funny, beautiful part of all this is that you have always been this magnificent person, this immense power, this unshakable strength, this profound groundedness. It has always been inside of you, waiting to be unleashed. But they were completely blind to it. They could not see the real you, because they were way too focused on keeping you small, keeping you manageable, and keeping you firmly under their thumb. Your sudden rise in frequency shattered their reality, and that is why the Tower is sitting here so prominently today. It was a necessary destruction of the old to make way for your true authentic self. The next card on the table is the Seven of Swords. This energy is incredibly intense, highly secretive, and perfectly explains their recent paranoid behavior. Notice the figure in the Seven of Swords, creeping away from the camp with swords carefully bundled in his arms, constantly looking over his shoulder in fear of being caught. This is the exact posture of their energetic state right now. The Seven of Swords is all about stealth, investigation, hidden motives, acting in the shadows, and sometimes even outright deception. This person has been in full-blown detective mode. They are watching you, and I mean really, intensely watching you. This is not just casual curiosity where someone randomly checks your social media once a month. This person has been actively investigating you, asking around about you to mutual friends, and meticulously snooping on all your profiles. They are looking you up online, piecing together tiny fragments of information, and trying to build a chronological timeline of your transformation. They have been scrolling back through old photos, zooming in on details, rereading old text conversations, and desperately trying to pinpoint the exact moment you became so different. Who were you hanging around with when this happened? What specific event triggered this massive shift in your personality? They are driving themselves crazy trying to connect dots that do not even exist. The Seven of Swords also powerfully shows me that they might be someone who works with technology, or at the very least, they are heavily relying on technology to monitor your every move. They are constantly checking to see who you are following, who is commenting on your pictures, and who has entered your orbit recently. Because they are operating in this incredibly sneaky, low vibrational Seven of Swords energy, they are incredibly quick to jump to the wrong conclusions. They are not brave enough to reach out and ask you directly what is going on. They lack the courage for a real conversation. So instead, they are making wild, unfounded assumptions from the shadows. They are creating these elaborate, fictitious narratives in their head about what happened to you, and honestly, some of these narratives are entirely ridiculous. They are convincing themselves of absolute lies just to avoid facing the harsh reality that you simply outgrew them and leveled up. This card highlights their profound paranoia and their complete inability to face your new, upgraded energy head-on. Moving along, I see the card sitting here is the Devil. Now, take a very deep breath, because this card absolutely does not mean you have any dark energy attached to you. The Devil card here shows the heavy chains loosely draped around the figure's necks. They think you are chained to something dark, but the ultimate irony is that they are the ones hopelessly chained to their toxic obsession with you. This card represents their lower vibrational fears and the completely ridiculous, dramatic narratives they have constructed to explain your sudden empowerment. They are so disturbed by your new, impenetrable boundaries and your unbreakable confidence that they are rationalizing your changes in the most extreme ways possible. I keep hearing the phrase, soul swap, from Spirit, and I know that sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but that is literally the level of delusion they are operating on. They are so shocked by how wildly different you are that they genuinely believe you must have gotten involved with something dark, supernatural, or entirely unnatural. They might even think you have some kind of entity attached to you, or that you have been brainwashed by a spiritual group, or influenced by dark magic. The Devil card perfectly exposes their desperate, pathetic need to blame someone or something else for your transformation. They simply do not want to accept the beautiful truth that you changed on your own, that you woke up from the illusion, that you finally chose yourself, and that you decided you deserved so much better than what they had to offer. They want to point fingers at a new friend, a new romantic partner, or a new community you started hanging out with. They are sitting there thinking, oh, this new person in their life corrupted them somehow. It is like they have this overwhelming psychological need to create a villain in the story to make sense of it all. Because accepting the reality that you evolved far beyond the version of yourself they were comfortable manipulating, that you no longer tolerate their toxicity, is just way too much for their fragile ego to handle. For some of you watching this right now, this person might have even gone to a spiritual practitioner, a tarot reader, or a psychic in a desperate attempt to get insider information about you. And here is the absolute kicker. They didn't get anything. Or if they did get something, it was completely wrong and wildly off base. Your energy is sealed completely off from people who do not have pure, good intentions. Your spirit guides have you fully covered, and anyone who tries to pry into your sacred energy field without your explicit permission is going to hit a massive, impenetrable brick wall. The Devil card is nothing more than a reflection of their own inner demons, their unhealthy obsession, and their absolute inability to let go of the past version of you that is now dead and gone. The fourth card presenting itself on the table is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Upright, this card is all about beautiful legacy, family tradition, long-term investments, and established foundations that bring lasting security. But reversed, the beautiful family and wealth depicted in the Ten of Pentacles is turned completely upside down. The gold coins are spilling out, the foundation is crumbling, and the legacy is broken. This is showing me something incredibly revealing about their current state of emotional and mental bankruptcy. This person feels like they invested an enormous amount of time, energy, and calculated resources into you. And now they are looking at that investment and realizing it is completely gone. It did not pay off the way they expected it to. Maybe they thought you would always be in their life in a certain submissive, dependent capacity. Maybe they truly believed with all their heart that you would always need them, always come crawling back to them, or always rely on them for external validation, financial support, or emotional grounding. They thought they had secured a permanent, untouchable position in your life, a certain level of elite access and influence that could never ever be revoked. But you pulled your energy back entirely. You cut the energetic cords, you walked away, and you did not look back for a single second. That decisive action has completely shattered their grandiose expectations and left them feeling destitute in a spiritual sense. I am seeing this vivid, cinematic image of someone confidently walking away, and a heavy iron door just slamming shut behind them with a resounding echo. That is you. You made a clean, unapologetic, permanent break. You did not leave things open-ended for future debate. You did not leave a crack in the window for them to eventually slip their back through when they felt lonely. You shut it all down, locked it tight, and you moved on with your beautiful life. And the most powerful part of this is that they felt that profound shift energetically. Even if you never said a single word directly to them, even if there was no big dramatic confrontation, no screaming match, no closure, no final goodbye text, they felt the energetic cords being violently severed. It rattled their entire nervous system. They are sitting there right now, realizing that they no longer possess the power over you that they once paraded around. They cannot pull you back into their web. They cannot manipulate your emotions. They cannot use guilt, shame, or old toxic tactics to get a reaction out of you. You are completely untouchable now, and that absolute lack of access is driving them absolutely crazy. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is their devastating realization of profound loss. They lost the absolute best thing they ever had, simply because they did not know how to respect it or cherish it when it was right in front of them. Finally, the last card I see on the table is the High Priestess. This is an absolutely breathtaking, deeply mystical card to end our reading on. The High Priestess sits beautifully balanced between the pillars of darkness and light, holding the ancient scroll of divine wisdom. The pomegranates behind her symbolize absolute abundance, spiritual fertility, and perfect divine timing. This card speaks to divine intuition, deep spiritual protection, hidden ancient knowledge, and operating from a remarkably high frequency. It is confirming that you have become incredibly emotionally regulated and deeply grounded in your spiritual truth. Earlier, I got this funny image of a seal perfectly balancing a ball on its nose. While that might sound like a silly, light-hearted image at first, it is actually deeply significant and profound. Balancing a ball on your nose takes an incredible amount of micro-adjustments, control, unwavering focus, and perfect steadiness. That is exactly who you are right now in your journey. You are beautifully balanced. You are completely in control of your emotional state. You no longer just react blindly to things when people try to push your old triggers. You do not get pulled into unnecessary drama, chaos, or low-vibration arguments that drain your spirit. You assess situations with profound, cooling calmness. You think deeply before you respond, and you hold your energy so incredibly steady, even when external forces try their hardest to shake you. And this is exactly what is freaking this person out the most. They are so used to being able to get a rise out of you, to make you cry, to make you angry, to make you doubt yourself. But now, when they try their old tricks, absolutely nothing happens. You are calm, you are centered, and you are utterly unbothered. There is a very strong, undeniable message coming through here about you possessing the energy of an earth angel. You have this ethereal, angelic quality to your aura, a lightness and a pureness of intention that people can instantly feel when they enter your physical presence. You are deeply, inherently connected to the divine, to your spiritual team, to your ancestors, and to your guardian angels. That unwavering connection has made you so phenomenally powerful and so heavily protected that people with lower vibrations literally cannot penetrate your energy field anymore. This person we have been talking about is operating from a dense, fear-based, survival frequency. They are stuck in the mud of control, suspicion, and paranoia. When they try to reach out and touch your energy, they simply cannot connect. It is as if you are vibrating in a completely different dimension now, and they cannot match it. This makes them feel entirely powerless, which is the exact root cause of why they are so disturbed. What is truly beautiful about this massive transformation is that Spirit is saying you are firmly in your own lane now. You are not competing with anyone. You are not trying to prove a single thing to anyone from your past. You are just being you, authentically, beautifully, and unapologetically, and that is exactly what makes you so overwhelmingly magnetic and so powerful. People can feel that pure authenticity radiating from your heart center. It either magnetically draws them in, or it forcefully repels them. And the people who are repelled, the ones who are disturbed by your pure, bright energy, were never, ever meant to be in your life for the long haul. They were lessons. They were difficult soul contracts, and those contracts have officially expired and been torn to shreds by the universe. I am also hearing very clearly from your guides that because you have successfully cleared out these dense energetic blockages, your finances are about to drastically increase. There is a massive, tangible upward shift happening in your material world right now to match the shift in your spiritual world. You might be getting a significant raise, a brand new lucrative job opportunity, an unexpected sum of money, or a beautiful flowing increase in general abundance. Claim that right now. Speak it into existence. Say aloud, I am open and ready to receive massive financial abundance and divine blessings. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting your divine intuition with everything you have, and keep shining your incredible, healing light into the world. You are protected, you are guided, and you are so deeply and unconditionally loved by the universe. Thank you so much for sharing your sacred energy with me today. I will see you in the next reading. Until then, take beautiful care of yourself.